If you're listening to this right now, it's not by accident. Something inside you is ready for change. You may not fully see it yet, but your inner self knows it's time to rise. Life doesn't change when the world shifts around you. Life changes when you shift within. And that shift begins with mindset. Your mindset is the lens through which you see yourself, your challenges, and your future. Change the lens, and the picture changes. This audiobook is not about quick fixes or empty motivation. It's about habits, small, consistent practices that rewire the way you think, respond, and grow. 10 simple habits, each powerful enough to reshape the story you're living. As you listen, I want you to do more than hear my words. Reflect on them. Pause when something resonates. Try the reflection prompts at the end of each chapter. Because true transformation doesn't happen by listening, it happens by practicing. And as you walk through these 10 habits, you'll notice something powerful. Your inner dialogue will change. Your perspective will sharpen. And the person you've always wanted to become will feel less like a dream and more like a reality. So take a deep breath. You're about to begin a journey inward, a journey to rewire your mindset, one habit at a time. Chapter 1. The Power of Morning Intentions. Most people wake up and step straight into chaos. The alarm rings, and before they even breathe, they grab their phone. Notifications, messages, news, and distractions rush in. Their mind is pulled in 100 directions before the day has even begun. But there's another way. Imagine waking up and giving yourself just 60 seconds of clarity. You sit up, take a deep breath, and say to yourself, "Today I choose focus. Today I choose peace. Today I choose to give my best." That single act changes how your brain filters the day. Suddenly, challenges aren't distractions, they're opportunities. Instead of reacting to the world, you're creating the tone of your day. This is the power of morning intentions. Science shows that the brain has something called the reticular activating system, a filter that decides what information to focus on. When you set a morning intention, you program that filter. You tell your brain, "This is what matters today." And your mind begins to notice things that align with it. It's not magic, it's mindset. The truth is, your morning shapes your entire day, and your days create your life. If you want to rewire your mindset, start by reclaiming the first 5 minutes after you wake up. Tomorrow morning, before you touch your phone, whisper to yourself one intention for the day. It could be, "I choose peace. I choose discipline. I choose growth." Try it for 1 week. Watch how your mornings and your mindset transform. Chapter 2. Daily Gratitude Practice. Your mind has a habit, it looks for what's wrong. It notices the problems, the bills, the mistakes, the things that didn't go as planned. That's the brain's survival instinct, it wants to protect you. But when left unchecked, this habit trains your mind to live in lack, not abundance. Gratitude is the antidote. When you stop and name 3 things you're grateful for, you rewire your focus. Instead of, "I don't have enough," your brain begins to see, "I already have so much." And here's the shift. The more you practice gratitude, the more your brain looks for reasons to feel grateful. It becomes a cycle not of lack, but of abundance. Think about it. The simple comfort of clean water. The friend who checks on you. The small progress you made today that your old self once prayed for. These aren't small things. These are treasures. Gratitude doesn't ignore life's problems. It simply refuses to let problems steal the spotlight. It tells your mind, yes, challenges exist, but so does goodness. If you want to rewire your mindset, begin here. Gratitude rewires the mind to see possibility, hope, and opportunity. Every night before you sleep, whisper 3 things you're grateful for. Big or small, it doesn't matter. Do it for 7 days, and you'll notice you'll sleep lighter, wake calmer, and carry a quieter strength. If what you've heard so far resonates with you, don't just listen in silence. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, because if you don't, this might be the last time you ever hear from us. And if you're serious about working on yourself, this is the place you belong. Chapter 3. Journaling for Self-Reflection. Your mind is like a crowded room, thoughts shouting over each other, memories bumping into worries, and emotions trying to be heard. No wonder clarity feels so rare. Journaling is how you bring order to the noise. When you write, you take scattered thoughts and give them shape. You untangle confusion, slow down racing emotions, and see patterns you couldn't see before. It doesn't have to be pages of poetry. It can be as simple as one question and one honest answer. What am I feeling right now? What do I need today? What lesson did today teach me? Each time you put pen to paper, you strengthen the muscle of self-awareness. And self-awareness is the foundation of change, because you cannot rewire a mindset you're blind to. Some of the world's greatest thinkers, leaders, and creators all journaled. Why? Because reflection turns experience into wisdom. Your mind can only hold so much, but a journal holds everything. And when you return to it later, you'll see growth you didn't even notice happening in real time. Tonight, open a notebook and answer just one question. What is the loudest thought in my head today? Write it down. That's it. Do this for 7 days and watch how your self-understanding deepens. Chapter 4. Consuming Growth Content. Your mind is a garden. What you plant in it determines what grows. If you plant weeds, negativity, gossip, distractions, don't be surprised when your mindset feels messy and unmotivated. But if you plant seeds of growth books, podcasts, meaningful conversations, you'll harvest clarity, focus, and resilience. Every piece of content you consume is either feeding your future or draining it. Think about it. The shows you binge, the social media you scroll, the people you listen to. These aren't just passing moments. They're shaping how you think. The world doesn't lack information. It overflows with it. The key is to filter. Choose what lifts you higher, what challenges your thinking, and what sparks the part of you that wants to grow. When you replace 1 hour of empty consumption with 1 hour of growth, you start to feel the difference. Your thoughts sharpen. Your energy shifts. You begin to notice solutions where you used to see problems. This isn't about cutting out every pleasure. It's about balance. For every hour you give to entertainment, give 1 to elevation. For the next 3 days, track what you consume. Ask yourself, does this help me grow, or does it keep me stuck? Then replace at least 1 hour of mindless content with something that feeds your future. Chapter 5. Mindful Breathing and Meditation. Your breath is the one thing that never leaves you. From the moment you were born until your final day, it's with you steady, faithful, and often unnoticed. Yet, hidden inside your breath is one of the most powerful tools to rewire your mindset. Most of us live in autopilot, rushed, tense, distracted. Our breathing reflects this. Shallow, fast, restless. But when you slow your breath, you slow your mind. When you control your breath, you control your state. Mindful breathing and meditation aren't about escaping reality. They're about mastering it. In just a few minutes, you can shift from anxious to calm, from scattered to centered. Here's a simple practice. Inhale deeply through your nose for 4 counts. Hold for 4 counts. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 counts. Repeat this for just 3 minutes. Notice how your body softens. Notice how your thoughts slow down. This is your reset button, always available, always free. Meditation builds on this. It's simply the art of returning to the present moment. Your thoughts may wander, and that's okay. Gently bring them back again and again. Each return is a rep, and every rep makes your mind stronger. In a noisy world, meditation is how you teach your mind peace. Before you start your day tomorrow, practice 3 minutes of mindful breathing. Just 3 minutes. Notice how differently you carry yourself through the morning. Chapter 6. Embracing Failure as Feedback. Failure is one of the most misunderstood teachers in life. Most people see it as proof that they're not good enough, smart enough, or capable enough. But failure is not the end of the road, it's the signpost, pointing you to a better route. Think about a child learning to walk. They stumble, they fall, they cry, but they get back up again and again until walking becomes natural. No one calls those falls failures. They are simply steps in the process. Your growth works the same way. Each mistake, each setback, each closed door isn't rejection, it's redirection. It's feedback. It's data. It's life showing you, not this way, try another. When you reframe failure as feedback, shame disappears and curiosity takes its place. Instead of asking, why me? You begin to ask, what can I learn here? The most successful people in the world aren't the ones who never failed. They're the ones who refuse to let failure define them. They extracted wisdom from every fall and used it to rise higher. So the next time you stumble, remind yourself, this is not the end. It's just the next lesson. Think of a recent failure. Write down one lesson it taught you. Then, write how you can apply that lesson moving forward. Chapter 7. Surrounding yourself with growth-minded people. Look closely at the people around you, because whether you notice it or not, they are shaping your mindset every single day. Your circle is like a mirror. If you surround yourself with negativity, gossip, and limitation, you'll begin to see the world through the same lens. But when you spend time with dreamers, doers, and people who challenge you to rise higher, you naturally expand. Energy is contagious, and so is mindset. Growth-minded people don't just cheer you on, they stretch you. They ask questions that make you think deeper. They remind you of who you are when you forget. They hold you accountable when it's easier to quit. This doesn't mean cutting off everyone who isn't on your level. It means being intentional. Choose your inner circle wisely. Spend the most time with those who inspire the version of yourself you're trying to become. Remember, your environment is stronger than your willpower. Put yourself where growth is the norm, and growth will feel natural. Take a moment to list the 5 people you spend the most time with. Ask yourself, do they drain me or grow me? Then, make one small shift. Spend less time with what drains you, and more with what fuels you. Chapter 8. Practicing self-discipline. Discipline isn't about punishment, it's about alignment. It's the bridge between where you are now and the future you say you want. Most people wait for motivation, but motivation is unreliable. Some days it shows up, most days it doesn't. Discipline, however, doesn't ask how you feel. It simply asks, what needs to be done, and then does it. Think of discipline like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. Each small choice, waking up when the alarm rings, finishing what you start, choosing water over soda, builds the strength to take on bigger challenges. Self-discipline is also self-respect. Every time you follow through on your word, you're telling yourself, I can trust me. And that trust builds confidence that no one can take away. The truth is, comfort won't change you. Consistency will. And discipline is the engine that powers consistency. Choose one small habit you've been avoiding. Commit to it for the next 7 days, no excuses. Notice how each act of discipline makes you stand taller inside. Chapter 9. The Power of Visualization. Your mind is a powerful tool, and visualization is one of the most effective ways to harness it. The principle is simple. When you repeatedly imagine yourself achieving a goal, your brain begins to accept it as possible and even likely. This mental rehearsal conditions your mind to align your actions with your vision. Great athletes, entrepreneurs, and performers often use visualization before big moments. They see themselves crossing the finish line, delivering the perfect speech, or closing the deal. This practice reduces anxiety, builds confidence, and creates a clear roadmap for success. Visualization works Because your brain doesn't fully distinguish between real and vividly imagined experiences. When you picture yourself succeeding, your brain fires the same neural pathways as it would if you were actually doing it. Over time, this mental repetition strengthens your belief and improves your performance. To make visualization powerful, it must be vivid and specific. Don't just imagine success, see the details. Imagine the sights, sounds, feelings, even the emotions of the moment. For example, if your goal is to start a business, visualize yourself opening your shop, greeting customers, or seeing your first profits. The more sensory detail you include, the more real it feels to your mind. Visualization also works best when paired with action. It's not about daydreaming, it's about preparing your mind to support the steps you take in reality. Think of it as rehearsing for your future. Here's a simple practice. Each morning, close your eyes for 5 minutes and picture yourself living the life you want. Feel the joy, peace, or success that comes with it. End your visualization by asking yourself, what step can I take today to move closer to this vision? Over time, this habit helps you stay focused, resilient, and motivated. Instead of drifting through life, you live with intention, your actions guided by a clear picture of where you're headed. Your vision is your compass. By seeing it in your mind, you train your heart and your hands to bring it into reality. Chapter 10. Consistency over intensity. The final habit that rewires your mindset is understanding the power of consistency over intensity. Too often, people start with passion and energy, whether it's in fitness, work, or personal goals, but burn out quickly because they tried to do too much too soon. Intensity may give you quick results for a short while, but it's consistency that produces lasting transformation. Think about it. Reading one book in a single weekend won't change your life, but reading a little every day for a year can transform the way you think. Running a marathon once is impressive, but exercising regularly builds true health. Writing thousands of words in one sitting is intense, but writing a page every day leads to finishing a book. Consistency rewires your brain by creating lasting habits. Every time you show up, even in small ways, you prove to yourself that you are capable and committed. These small wins build trust with yourself, and that trust is the foundation of long-term success. To practice consistency, start small. Commit to something you can sustain, even if it feels almost too easy at first. What matters is showing up daily or regularly, not pushing yourself to extremes you cannot maintain. Over time, these small actions compound into massive results. Remember, it's not what you do once in a while that shapes your life, it's what you do consistently. Intensity fades, but consistency creates identity. Thank you for listening to 10 habits that will rewire your mindset. These habits are not quick fixes, but daily practices that, over time, transform the way you think, act, and live. If you've made it this far, it means you're committed to growth, and that commitment is already rewiring your mindset. Transformation doesn't come from information alone, but from consistent action. Pick one habit to start with today, and let it lead you to the next. Step by step, your mindset will shift, your resilience will grow, and your life will align with the vision you hold for yourself. If you enjoyed this audiobook, I encourage you to check out another powerful guide available on this channel, You versus You. It's all about mastering your inner battles and becoming your best self. I'll leave the link right here in this video so you can continue your journey of self-improvement. Once again, thank you for being here. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep rewiring your mind for success.